Throwing it back now to 2012, today we're going to celebrate the Indian Grand Prix sponsored by Intel for today's race. So today we're going to be seeing what the drivers can pull off with these amazing V8 cars. 5.125 kilometers make up this circuit in New Delhi, with 60 laps being held at today's race. Look for overtaking opportunities into turn number 1, as the long straight will be the home for a DRS zone, as well as the back straight, which will have a second DRS zone. So look for a lot of overtaking opportunities there. The Turkish Grand Prix reminds me of this layout for today's race, and so we'll see how the Indian Grand Prix will stack up against the Turkish Grand Prix. Here is the starting grid for today. We have Felipe Massa starting on pole alongside Michael Schumacher in second. And on the second row, we have Sebastian Vettel and Romain Grosjean, 3rd and 4th respectively. On the third row for today's race, we have Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso starting alongside each other, two fierce competitors as we see now throughout the past races. We'll see how they fare out into turn number 1. Nico Rosberg starting 7th alongside Kobayashi in 8th. The following row will be composed of Jenson Button in 9th and alongside Perez in 10th for Sauber, as well starring behind his teammate Kobayashi. And 11th will be Nico Hülkenberg, and alongside will be 12th Pastor Maldonado starring in P12. P13 will go to Bruno Senna. P14 with a penalty, Mark Webber for Red Bull. We'll see what he can do from the back of the grid, as Kimi Räikkönen will start 15th alongside Daniel Ricciardo in 16th. And now making our way to the back of the field, as we see P17, Pick will start from the grid position. P18 will start Petrov in the Caterham. And P19 will have Vergne starting in the STR Ferrari, and Kovalainen in P20. And now, since this is 2012, there are 4 more cars to announce on the grid. Paul di Resta will start P21 alongside Timo Glock in P22. And then in the back of the row of today's grid, we have Nick Kyrgios starting 23rd and Pedro de la Rosa in 24th. It is 2012 and the lights are about to go out, with the race is now underway, and we are going to see who pulls out in the lead. And it looks like Felipe Massa has pulled out into the lead into turn number 1. Will he hold on? Yes, he will. And the Red Bull, as we see there, it looks like he's going to hold on to P number 2 into turn the following turn. But in the background, we see Romain Grosjean making a move on Michael Schumacher. Also, Sebastian Vettel will hold on to P2 in the first lap. And as we see, there's a tussle in the background as Romain Grosjean is under threat by Michael Schumacher. And we'll see if there are going to be any dive bombs into the following turn. This can be an opportunity to overtake. And it seems like he is defending the position around the outside as the Mercedes driver was having a look. Now we take a look at the race start by Felipe Massa in the Ferrari on the left hand of the side of the grid. And as you see, he gets off pretty well. He has no challenge into turn number 1 and then hits the apex with ease and is able to concentrate fully into the next corner. So far it's been pretty easy for him, and we'll see if he can continue this into the following laps. Now let's take a look at Nico Rosberg's start. He started 7th, however he couldn't get the traction off the line that he needed to be able to overtake it. He starts to fall behind the rest of the people. For him, no one tries to overtake him, and he basically just defends the position easily and is able to maintain. And now we're looking on board to Mark Webber, who's fighting for the 9th position against Kobayashi. He'll send it down the inside, and it will be wheel-to-wheel action down the main straight. Who has the better power on their car? And it's going to be Mark Webber, who moves up another position down the straight into P9 on his comeback during the race.
We must save fuel, we must target 0.
Some fuel saving issues, as in the background there's a car that spins around. There's been contact made. As we see now, it was the car of Lewis Hamilton in the McLaren Mercedes car, and as you see, he's fighting wheel to wheel against Fernando Alonso, but he just runs out of room and decides to take his car for a little detour in the grass. So no contact made.
So sorry guys.
This could be a very important fight for race end, as we see the battle for P number 4 right now. And we'll see if Fernando Alonso is going down the straight with the DRS open on Michael Schumacher in the Mercedes, as he'll go down the inside on his onboard. Ooh! He cuts a bit and hits the bollard. We'll see if the stewards will review that, but the overtake has been done on track, and it looks like Fernando Alonso still fighting against Michael Schumacher, but into the fallen corner he gets him. Now, taking a look at the replay as we see the overtake done, it just seems like Fernando Alonso decides to cut as he had nowhere else to go, and he hits the bollard in the process. Daniel Ricciardo now trying to look for an overtaking opportunity on lap 23 of the race as he goes down the inside and decides to not hit the bollard that's been previously removed. And we also have a 5-second time penalty for Fernando Alonso. Now we have a similar overtake as Mark Webber did down the inside. We'll go Lewis Hamilton on Sergio Perez in the Sauber. Now they'll go down the straight. Wheel-to-wheel action right here as we see who can get the better traction and the better speed into the straight, and it looks like Lewis Hamilton will move up another spot round the outside into turn number 1, and that will gain another spot for the Brit. Now we see more similar overtaking opportunities for Mark Webber, who goes round the outside for another position on Nico Rosberg, putting him up another spot into P number 6 on lap 33.
The tires start to go away now. I'm losing a little bit of pace.
And it seems like Bruno Senna is having some issues with his car as he overtakes Nico Hülkenberg. Now it seems like there's no issues, and we don't see anything as he sends it down the inside right here, Bruno Senna, and no issues at all for stopping the car. He gets the power down easily and is able to overtake Nico Hülkenberg for another position. Jenson Button now sizing up a move down the inside, and he does it easily. The British driver now moving up another spot into P number 9 against Sergio Perez. We're just about less than 20 laps away from the finish of this race on lap 43 right now, and as we see Paul di Resta is kind of find the way into the traffic as he overtakes another driver up to P number 19. However, there is now a big straight here. If there's any opportunities, and look, down the middle and down the inside he goes, Paul di Resta making another opportunistic move and is able to overtake 2 drivers in 1 lap. As mentioned in the race preview, there has been another overtaking opportunity here into turn number 1. And as we see, it looks like Hovalainen has finally moved up into P number 22 down the straight in the Caterham. It is pole for him. It is another race win for him in today's race in the Indian Grand Prix. As on the final lap, he goes down the main straight, and Felipe Massa for Ferrari has won. That was a great blast from the past as the 2012 Indian Grand Prix has come to a close. We look at the results now and we see that Felipe Massa has won for Ferrari. Next, Sebastian Vettel, P2. A great podium finish position for him, and Romain Grosjean in P3, Mark Webber P4, Fernando Alonso in P5 with a penalty to no add-on to that. Bruno Senna is P13, followed by Kimi Räikkönen, Nico Hülkenberg, Daniel Ricciardo, Timo Glock, Paul di Resta, Vergne Pick, Vetrov, Kovalainen, Carthian, and Pedro de la Rosa will round out the 24 drivers on today's grid. We hope you enjoyed today's race and will stick around for more, so subscribe to the channel.